myself in the headphones.
Check, check. Now I can. Check, check. Check, check. Live from the Sports and Recreation Center on the campus of the College of Staten Island, you're watching exclusive CUNYAC doubleheader basketball coverage right here on CSI Sportsnet. This afternoon, the College of Staten Island's men's basketball team will look to extend their unbeaten streak to 14 in a row in the conference and 11-0 overall, as they will take on Hunter College in the first of two games here at the Sports and Recreation Center this afternoon. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Babuski, and the College of Staten Island continuing to be on a roll here in this 2017 season. Yet to have lost a game here, their last loss taking place in the finals in the Tournament of Heroes tournament right before New Year's. But since then, the College of Staten Island has really come to life, winning 10 games in a row, including 9 consecutive games within the CUNYAC Conference to wrap up the regular CUNYAC championship here in this 2017 season. So the College of Staten Island, regardless of what happens here in these last 3 games, will go into the CUNYAC tournament as the number 1 seed. So they will advance directly into the semifinals as the CUNYAC Conference plays itself out. Most teams with just 3 games remaining here in this 2016-17 season. So since we're coming right down to the wire, let's take a look at the standings in the CUNYAC Conference, as CSI, as we mentioned, already locking up the number 1 seed, still undefeated at 13-0. CCNY now in second place with a 10-4 record, as the Beavers were able to come up with a big win last night against York College, 77-72, to up their record to 10-4 and take a half-game lead over Lehman College. Lehman's last game was a non-conference win over Purchase on Thursday night, as the Lightning were able to win by a score of 93-91. So their record remains at 9-4. They're right now a half game behind the Beavers in the CUNYAC Conference, as they up their record to 14-8 overall. Baruch College suffered a tough loss against Brooklyn, 97-95, earlier this week, Thursday night, as the Bearcats up their record to 7-6 in the conference with that win, and Hunter College sitting right behind them in 5th place with a record of 6-6. John Jay at 6-7. Brooklyn College and Medgar Evers both at 3-10, and York College coming in last place now with a record of 2-12. So as the conference winds down, we're getting closer and closer to the start of the CUNYAC tournament. That tournament will begin with the play-in rounds for the teams that finish in the bottom 4, as they will have to advance into the quarterfinals where they will wait the number 3 and 4 seeds who will get first-round byes, and then the College of Staten Island, and whichever team ends up finishing in second place in the conference will have that last game. So a lot of action remaining in the conference, although the Dolphins have locked up their position. Lehman and CCNY both neck and neck for that second and big spot, because that spot will get you an extra bye in this CUNYAC conference. And the way these teams have been playing, you know, you could get knocked off in any one of these games. So you do want to try to avoid having that many opportunities to be knocked off. So now let's turn our attention a little bit over to the College of Staten Island. As we mentioned, they come into today's game having won 10 games in a row. They were able to handle Medgar Evers pretty easily earlier this week by a final score of 78-42. It was a game that never really was in doubt. The Dolphins came out, played very strong right in the beginning of that game, jumped out to a big lead, and Kevon Murphy led the Dolphins in scoring with 15 points, and it was just a good all-around game for the Dolphins as they locked things up formally with that victory and guaranteed themselves a number 1 seed here in the CUNYAC Conference. Story for the Dolphins this year, of course, the player Frankie Schettino. Schettino coming in averaging just over 17.5 points a game, nearly 7 rebounds, but the big number is Schettino now has his assists up to over 9 a game, and, you know, really has played well. He's had a couple of triple-doubles for the Dolphins. He had a couple of huge conference games on the road in which he was able to score over 30 points, and it's just really been a fine all-around year for Frankie Schettino. For the Hunter Hawks, they've kind of been in the middle of the pack here in the CUNYAC Conference, coming in with an even record of 6-6, coming off of a nice win against York College on the road earlier in the week, a big 1-point win by the final score of 86-85, as the Hawks did a nice job. Amir Luchak and Gabindon each had 9 points each in the first 20 minutes of that game. And the Cardinals started and took it as much as an 11-point lead before the Hawks were able to come back and win that game in overtime. So a nice game there by the Hawks to up their record up to 6-6. And they're coming in here today still looking to improve their position. Not really much further the Hawks to go. They might be able to leapfrog over the Bearcats, but Bearcats suspended from CUNYAC conference play, so it's not going to really make much more of a difference as far as the conference standings go. So we have about 5 minutes or so to go before the start here of the first game between the men's team of the Dolphins and the Hawks. We'll step aside, take a break, and we'll be back and get you the starting lineups and the start of tonight's game between the College of Staten Island and Hunter College, as you're watching men's basketball coverage exclusively on your voice of CSI Sports, CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook. And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tight.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed ours.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just, please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome, I think we're breathtaking, and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities. Chess really isn't my thing. I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Pick a college, man. You and us. Go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
Hi. May I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Good.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
As an American, it's hard to hear that we have a serious hunger issue in our country. And as a parent, it's even harder to hear that 1 in 5 of our kids struggles with hunger, especially when billions of pounds of good food are wasted every year. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide billions of meals to families in need right in your community. Visit feedingamerica.org to support Feeding America and your local food bank. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Thank you. You got a key?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
We're back, and we're just moments away from the start of this afternoon's game between the College of Staten Island and Hunter College. The College of Staten Island undefeated in CUNYAC play with a record of 13-0 and have clinched the regular season CUNYAC championship. So they will play these last 3 games with the knowledge of knowing they are the number 1 seed in this year's CUNYAC tournament. Hunter College coming in with a record of 8-13, including a 6-6 record in the CUNYAC conference. So let's get you the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for the visiting Hawks, it'll be number 2, Mamadou Shanko. Number 4, Gio Gabardin. Number 15, Blendy Ibraj. Number 20, Matt Franks. And number 24, Emir Lukac. For the College of Staten Island, it's the familiar starting 5. Number 1, Khalid Baum. Number 3, Eden Bracic. Number 4, Frankie Schettino. Number 21, Kavan Murphy. And number 31, Robert Rossiter. The College of Staten Island coming in playing very good basketball, averaging themselves a very solid 78.5 points per game. Although they haven't outscored their opponents by a wide margin this year on average, they've done a very good job playing very well in these games. And, even in the games that they've lost, most of those games have been games that the Dolphins have led at halftime, including some games against some of the top 25 teams here in the nation. So the College of Staten Island coming in playing very well and looking to continue their winning ways and facing a Hunter Hawks team that's coming into today's game even up in the conference with a record of 6-6 and looking to get on the plus side of the ledger here against the College of Staten Island this afternoon. And just taking a look quickly here at the Hawks statistics, Emir Lukac leading the team in scoring. He's averaging just over 15 points a game. Frank second in the team, averaging just over 14 points a game. Lukac also the leading rebounder on the team, averaging just under 8 a game. So it should be a good game here this afternoon, the first of 2 between the College of Staten Island and Hunter College. The women will be back here in the second game this afternoon, approximately 25 minutes or so after the conclusion of game number 1 here this afternoon. So we're about ready to get underway. The College of Staten Island in their home white, light blue uniforms. Hunter College road maroon and gold uniforms, and it'll be Kavan Murphy to jump for the Dolphins as he jumps against Lukac, and the opening tip is controlled by the Dolphins as Schettino will set up the Dolphin offense here for the first time. Hunter College coming out quickly, trying to trap deep in the forecourt, but the Dolphins able to get the ball in play. Rossiter bounce pass inside to Murphy. He looked to feed the ball inside, but his pass will be stolen away, and it'll be Gabardin with the basketball. Gabardin, cross-court pass over to Ibraj. Ibraj gets the ball over to Lukac, his first touch of the afternoon here for the Hawks. Gabardin feeding the ball inside. The teams exchange turnovers, and now it'll be Schettino for the Dolphins. Rossiter off of the double team, now feeding it across court over to Bracic. Bracic feed inside to Rossiter. Rossiter looking to drive his way inside. Nearly loses the handle, but now it's Baum with the short jumper. That'll be no good. And Sanko will have his first rebound of the game for the Hawks. Ibraj over to Lukac. Now the Hawks working the ball around as Ibraj tried to drive the lane, got cut off on the play. Now it's Sanko with the ball for the Hawks. Gabardin on the outside. Hawks working the ball around the perimeter. Now it's Franks looking to work his way inside, and he's able to lay it up and in. So the first basket of the game goes to the Hawks as Schettino tries to get the ball down floor. It was going to be ruled last touch by Franks, so it'll remain Dolphin basketball. Dolphins fortunate on the play. However, the shot clock reset to 30, and that will, I believe, have to be fixed. Yes, it'll be set down to 26. Just underway, first of 2, as the Dolphins inbound the basketball. Schettino lobbing the ball in play, gets it out over to Rossiter. And now the Dolphins look to set up. Baum takes his second shot of the afternoon, and this time his jumper is good. 2-2 the score. Gabardine with the basketball now. Lukac back over to Gabardine. Nice defense by Rossiter as the ball fed inside now to Franks. And the Hawks work the ball back out to the outside with 12 on the shot clock. Lukac, the long jumper, that's no good. Bracic lost the rebound, though. The putback is grabbed by Murphy, but his outlet pass is going to be stolen as the Hawks getting opportunity after opportunity, still can't convert, and now Bracic has the ball for the Dolphins. Schettino in the center of the floor, driving down the lane, and he lays it up and in. So the Hawks had multiple opportunities. They couldn't convert. They're just 1 of 5 from the field here so far. And the Dolphins take a 4-2 lead. Gabardine now feeding the ball out over to Lukac as the Hawks work the ball around the perimeter. And now it's Sanko. Sanko lobbing the ball inside to Franks. Franks looking to turn on Murphy. Now works the ball up over in the corner to Gabardine, whose long three-pointer is good. Gio Gabardine, the 6'3 freshman, gets his first basket of the game, a three-pointer, and the Hawks take a 5-2 lead. Now we're going to have a whistle and a foul in the backcourt. I think that will be on Ibraj. It will be, and that'll be his first. And it'll be the Dolphins inbounding the basketball as the Hawks commit the first foul of the afternoon. Baum working the ball to Rossiter in the corner. Now back to Baum. He looked to get the ball inside, but the Dolphins have turned the ball over for the third time this afternoon. It's driving down the lane. It's Fusco, and he lays it up and in. Fusco checked into the game here and gets his first basket, and the Hawks have a 3-point lead. Rossiter now gets the ball out over to Schettino. Now Baum over to Bracic. His open three-pointer goes in and out. A fight for the rebound. A nice grab by Baum to grab the rebound. His putback is no good. Now Murphy can't hit, so the Dolphins miss 3 opportunities of their own, and the Hawks come away with the basketball. DeMarco. Now the ball worked inside to Lukac. His short jumper is no good. His putback is no good. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, and it will be Dolphin basketball. Hawks 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line. Dolphins 2 of 6. 7-4 to score as Schettino brings the ball across, and his floater in the lane is up, no good, but Murphy grabs the rebound, and this time he lays it up and in. Murphy's first basket of the game, and the Dolphins close to within 1, 7-6. As that time the shot clock, I don't believe, was set. So we're going to have to reset the shot clock for the second time here this afternoon. $15 minutes, 47 seconds remaining here in this first half. Dolphins lead 7-6. As Hunter substituting several players into the game now, as it's going to be Lukac on the outside, working it inside and laying it up and in is Lowell Stevens. Stevens gets his first basket of the afternoon. And the Hawks take a 9-6 lead. Dolphins bring the same 5 players back out onto the floor. Fusco on the floor for the Hawks along with Benny DeMarco. Lukac, as the ball worked inside to Baum, and his layup is up, no good. And the rebound control by DeMarco and the Hawks. Lukac driving down the lane, and he lays it up and in, and the Hawks have their biggest lead of the game. It's 11-6. Schettino, long pass up now to Murphy. Dolphins coming out shooting just 3 of 9 here from the floor as that shot by Bracic is blocked. And the Hawks have the ball once again with a 5-point lead. DeMarco outside the 3-point line. Now working the ball up over to Shanko. His long jumper is no good, and this time Schettino grabs the rebound for the Dolphins. Schettino driving down the lane, and we're going to have a whistle, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout taken here by the Dolphins. So we'll keep it right here, but the Dolphins coming out slow here in this matinee, trailing by a score here of 11-6. As for the Dolphins, just 3 of 10 shooting to start the afternoon here, as the Dolphins not coming out on all cylinders here this afternoon, struggling a little bit from the field, and they've also turned the ball over 3 times here in the first 5.5 minutes. Meanwhile, the Hawks shooting 5 of 11 from the field. Dolphins come out, stabilize. So for one of the first times this season, the Dolphins have come out playing very sluggishly here at home in this first half. They've turned the ball over 5 times, and they've shot just 3 of 13 from the field, as Hunter able to drive the basket and lay it up and in and expand their lead to 7 points. Bracic comes right back to lay it in off the miss, and now the Dolphins able to get another turnover as Taylor lays it up and in and draws the foul. So the Dolphins storm right back on a quick 4-0 run, capped off by the layup by Christian Taylor, as Christian gets his first points of the afternoon, and he will go to the free-point line with a chance to make it a 3-point play here for the Dolphins. So Taylor going to the 3-point line. He's 15 of 25 from the line. That's 60%. And he misses the free throw. And the Hawks control the basketball, and they have a 3-point lead. Fusco working the ball around the corner. A nice defensive play by Bracic. And it ends up being knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Gabardine of the Hawks. So the Dolphins force another turnover. And they get the basketball back, trailing by 3, 13-10. Bracic working the ball to Baum. Now it's over to Taylor. Back up over to Bracic. Hunter coming out playing very good defense, very good hustle defense here this afternoon. But Taylor is able to work his way inside and lay it up and in. That's a 6-0 run now for the Dolphins, and they've cut the Hawk lead down to 1. Lukac with the basketball. And we're going to have a whistle away from the ball. I believe that'll be a foul on the Dolphins. It will be. It'll be their team first foul. And that's going to be on Bracic. For Eden, that's going to be his first, the team's first. So the Hawks will get to inbound now with a fresh 30-second shot clock. Gabardine to inbound the basketball. Now Fusco. Fusco getting the ball to Franks out by the 3-point line. And now Fusco will look to set up offensively as the long outside jumper by Lukac that time is good. Nice jumper that time by Amir. He now has 5 points, and the Hawks open their lead back up to 4. Bracic. Now it's Baum. Baum, the long baseline jumper is up no good. Going up high for the rebound that time was Taylor, but it's going to be Lukac that comes away with the ball, and Ibraj to bring it up the floor now for the Hawks. Gabardine out by the 3-point line, now feeds it up over to Ibraj. Ibraj, Gabardine, the ball thrown away, but it'll be Lukac to retrieve now with 7 on the shot clock. Lukac, now Fusco. Fusco putting up the long 3-pointer. That'll be an air ball. And the ball comes down now as Schettino will bring the ball up across the midcourt line. Schettino, a nice look away pass to Spencer over to Taylor. Hawks continuing to play nice swarming defense on the Dolphins, not allowing the Dolphins much space as Bracic misses his jumper. And the rebound controlled by Hunter as they'll bring the ball up across the midcourt line now as it's Fusco, the freshman guard for the Hawks. He feeds it up over to Frank. Frank's trying to work his way inside. He's cut off, but the pass goes in the corner. Ibraj, his open 3-pointer is no good, and Spencer grabs the rebound and hands it off to Schettino. Schettino inside to Baum, who lays it up and in. Nice play by Khalid Baum. He gets his second basket, and we're going to have a Hunter College timeout taken here. It's going to be a full timeout, so why don't we step aside and take a break? 11 minutes, 2 seconds remaining here in the first half. Hunter College 16, CSI 14 as you're watching men's basketball coverage right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com. We're back, and we have 11 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in this first half. The Dolphins have trailed by as many as 7 here, have cut the Hawk lead down to 2, as the Hawks have the basketball with a 16-14 lead. Ball worked inside to Lukac. He tried to spin his way inside. A tough call that time. I thought Mir kind of lost his balance a little bit and was falling backwards, but instead he's able to draw the foul on the Dolphins. That will be on Spencer for Jade. That will be his first. The team's second as Lukac goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. Amir shooting 55% from the line. He hits the first and misses the second, and Chatino grabs the rebound for the Dolphins. Chatino looking to work his way inside, and we're going to have a whistle. And it's going to be a foul on the Hawks. Boy, I thought that was a tough call. I thought, if anything, Chatino might have carried the basketball on the play. Instead, a foul called on the Hawks, and that's going to be on Ibraj, and that's going to be his second, and that's going to force him over to the bench as DeCunto will inbound the ball for the for the Dolphins. Vinny just checking into the game for the Dolphins. So now it's DeCunto on the floor along with Taylor Chatino, Kevon Murphy, and Spencer. As Spencer's short jumper is up, no good, but a nice job by Taylor to grab the rebound, and we're going to have a whistle and another foul called on the Hawks. I guess that's going to be a loose ball foul on Hunter. That will be their 5th foul here in the first half as Seiko picks up the foul, his first, team's 5th, and Chatino inbounds the ball now for the Dolphins. Taylor. Now it's DeCunto with the basketball. Chatino well out beyond the three-point line as the Dolphins look to get the ball inside. Murphy misses another short jumper, and DeCunto able to grab the basketball now for the Dolphins as we're going to have a whistle and another foul called on Hunter College. So that's going to be a foul on Sacco. That's going to be his second. So now a couple of Hawks with 2 personal fouls. And Hunter picks up their 16th foul with still 10 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here in the first half. Chatino look-away pass looking for Murphy. He's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Hawks, but the Dolphins will maintain possession. Chatino looking to inbound the ball to himself. He's able to do so, but the Hawks able to defend that. And now Chatino looking to work it inside to Taylor. His shot is knocked away beautifully, but that time Stevens can't come away with the basketball. It's fed inside to Murphy, and now he's going to draw another personal foul. So that's going to be another foul on the Hawks. That's going to be their 7th. As Lukac will draw the foul, and Kevon Murphy will go to the free throw line here to shoot 2 for the Dolphins. As Kevon's first free throw is up and no good, and the Dolphins now 0 for 2 from the line here tonight. Kevon coming in shooting 68% from the line, and he'll have one more free throw upcoming. That free throw is up and no good once again, but this time it'll be an offensive foul called on Khalid Baum as the Dolphins now 0 for 3 from the line here this afternoon. Nine minutes, 53 seconds remaining here in the first half. Hawks lead by 3, 17-14. As it's Fusco with the basketball now for the Hawks. Gabardine back up over to Fusco. Fusco works the ball up over to Stevens, and the jumper from the free throw line extended is good. 19-14. Hunter College leading by 5. Dolphins playing for the first time this afternoon after having clinched the regular CUNYAC season championship earlier this week against Medgar Evers College as Javon Murphy puts that jumper off the glass and in. Javon now 2 for 4 from the line. He has 4 points and 4 rebounds for the Dolphins here in the first half. As that time taking the ball right to the basket is another freshman guard for the Hawks, Benny DeMarco. Is the Dolphin defense non-existent on that play, and that gives Hunter a 5-point lead, 26-21. Taylor with the basketball. Now it's Schettino. Schettino working the ball up in the corner to DeCunto. His open three-pointer is up, no good, but Murphy is there to lay it up and in. So Dolphins now 0-4 from the three-point line, but that time Kevon Murphy grabs an offensive rebound, his 5th of the game, and lays it up and in to cut the Dolphin margin down to 3. Lukac with the basketball. Lukac trying to work his way inside, but he's going to dribble the ball out of bounds. And he'd commit the 6th Hawk turnover here in the first half. And it'll be Dolphin basketball with 8 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in the first half. Dolphins lead by a score of 21-18. And fans, stay with us at halftime as the first place coach of the Women's CUNYAC Conference, Tim Shanahan, will join us here on CSI Sportsnet as we'll get an opportunity to speak to Coach Shanahan about the remaining 3 games for this CSI women's basketball team, a basketball team that has won 10 games in a row and sits in first place in the CUNYAC Conference, but they're just 1 game ahead of both Brooklyn College and Lehman College, and the Dolphins will have to play both of those teams. But first, they're going to have to get by a tough contest against Hunter College here this afternoon, scheduled to begin at about 3 o'clock. So big things happening here at halftime this afternoon as head women basketball coach Tim Shanahan will be on to discuss his first-place Dolphins and what he's looking for in their last 3 games of the season as they look to win a CUNYAC regular season championship here in this 2017 season. As the Hawks able to work the ball inside that time, Stevens lays it up and in, and the Hawks open up their lead to 5 once again, 23-18. Baum has the ball knocked away, but able to retrieve, gets the ball up over to Flagg. Flagg has the ball knocked away, and here comes Hunter looking to run as Fusco driving his way inside, but loses possession, and the Hawks will turn the ball over, and that will give the ball back to the Dolphins, trailing by 5, 23-18. So Brocic checking into the game. It's Brocic, Schettino, Stephen Flagg, Khalid Baum, and Kevon Murphy as we're going to have a whistle and a foul committed in the backcourt by Hunter. And that's going to be on Elijah Trotman as he's checked into the game now for the Hawks. And now with the Hawks committing their 8th team foul here in the first half, that will send Frankie Schettino to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1 here for the Dolphins as Schettino's first free throw is up and in. And the Dolphins hit from their line for the first time in 4 attempts. And they cut the Hawk College lead down to 3, or 4, I should say. And now it's 3 as Schettino hits both free throws. He has 4 now for the Dolphins, and it's a 23-20 Hunter College lead. A pair of freshmen in the backcourt now for the Hawks in DeMarco and Fusco, as now the ball goes to Gabardine, another freshman for Hunter College. He's on the floor now with Franks and Stevens. With 6:48 remaining, it's Gabardin's jumper from the top of the key is good. Nice play that time by Gabardin, and that opens up the Hunter College lead back to 5. Schettino. Now it's Bracic. Schettino at the three-point line. Look-away pass is going to sail out of bounds, and the Dolphins will turn the ball over for the 7th time here in this first half. The first turnover for Schettino, and now the Hawks have the basketball with an opportunity to match or exceed their biggest lead of the afternoon. Fusco with the basketball, and we're going to have a whistle, and that's going to be a foul away from the ball. That's going to be on flag, I believe. It will be. That will be his first. Now the Dolphins with 5 team fouls here in the first half. As Gio Gabardin will check out of the game, he'll be replaced by Emil Lukac. DeMarco for the Hawks, looking to work against Bracic. Now he backs the ball out well beyond the three-point line. DeMarco, bounce pass cross court. Now the Hawks looking to work the ball inside as it falls into the hands of Stevens. He puts a shot up towards the rim. It'll be no good, but Lowell drew the foul. 2 quick team fouls by the Dolphins as they now have 6. They'll be in the bonus at the next free throw as Bracic picks up his second for the Dolphins as Stevens goes to the line and hits the first, and that gives Hunter College a 6-point lead. Lowell a 59% free throw shooter for Hunter College, but he drains them both. Hawks now 3 of 4 from the line, and they match their biggest lead of the game. It's 7 with 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Schettino, beautiful look-away pass for Murphy, who floats it up and in and draws the foul. Beautiful play that time by Kavan. He's hit his last couple of shots for the Dolphins. He now leads the Dolphins in scoring with 8 points, and he will go to the free throw line looking to complete the 3-point play as that foul will be on Stevens. Hunter will pick up their 9th team foul as Stevens picks up his second, and Murphy hits the free throw. And Stevens will check out now as Jason Kolasinik will check into the game for Hunter College. DeMarco working the ball out over to Kolasak. Now it's going to be Franks. Franks taking a big move to the basket, but he misses the layup. And Murphy controls the rebound for the Dolphins, and he hands it off to Schettino. Schettino. Hawks look to double team him. His look-away pass is stolen away once again, but the Hawks throw the ball away themselves as that time Fusco tried to get ahead of the field, but the pass just a little bit too far ahead. So the teams exchange turnovers, and it'll be Dolphin ball. 5:28 remaining here in this first half. 27-23. Hunter College leads by 4. Schettino. Cross-court pass goes out over the flag. Flag now working the ball up over to Murphy. Murphy's running one-hander in the lane, goes halfway down, and Lukac grabs the rebound for Hunter College. DeMarco walking the ball across the midcourt line, gets it over to Lukac. Now it's going to be Franks looking to drive inside against Murphy, looking to spin his way inside. He misses the layup, and Schettino grabs the ball now for the Dolphins. Schettino, crossover dribble. Now working the ball up over in the corner to Flag, but he's going to turn the ball over. His second turnover here this afternoon, and the Dolphins already have turned the ball over here 10 times in this first half. And that's a lot of turnovers for this CSI Dolphin team as they've come into the game averaging just over 15 a game, but they have 10 here already in this first half. Franks once again trying to work inside, and once again not able to do so as this time he's going to turn the ball over. And now Hunter commits their 10th turnover of the afternoon. Taylor and Rossett are back on the floor now along with Baum and Schettino. Kavan Murphy round out the 5 for the Dolphins. Baum, free throw line extended. Puts up the jumper in the lane as Khalid now just 2 of 8 from the field this afternoon. And Hunter grabs the rebound and looks to build on their 4-point lead. Kolasinik Now they hand the ball off to Fusco. Fusco, Hunter working it around now. Lukac, jumper in the lane, swish. 6-point Hawk lead, 29-23. As Hunter College has come out, played very well here in this first half. Dolphins have not led in this game since they led by a score of 4-2. As the Dolphins able to work the ball inside to Kevon Murphy, and Murphy lays it up and in, and Kevon's been the offense for the Dolphins here this afternoon. He has 11 of their 25 points, and the Dolphins cut the lead down to 4, 29-25. Gabardin working the ball up over to Kolasek. The long three-pointer now by Lukac is good as Amir starting to heat up. He has 11 for Hunter. He's their leading scorer. And the Hawks match their biggest lead at 7 once again as Chatino gets bumped in the lane but still lays it up and in. And Hunter College's coach very upset on the sideline there as that's another basket made for the Hawks as they lead by 7 once again as Chatino drives down the lane and he draws the foul as head coach John Pellin very demonstrative on the sideline. I thought if anything, Chatino might have been fouled on that first play, and he was certainly run into on the second. And now he'll go to the free throw line with the Hawks in the double bonus, and he hits the free throw for the Dolphins. Chatino now 3 of 3 from the line for the Dolphins. He has 7 points, and that cuts the Hunter lead down to 6. Chatino's second free throw is up and in. 34-29 now, just over 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. Fusco bringing the ball across the midcourt line. Now Gabardin working the ball around to Kolasek. Kolasek, now Gabardin. He stumbles, and boy, oh boy, Rorston is going to get called for the foul, but it looked pretty clear from here that Gabardin had already lost his footing. And he got a little bit of a bailout that time, and he will have an opportunity now to go to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1, as that foul will be called on Rossiter. That'll be Roberts' first foul, as Gabardin goes to the line and hits the first of a 1-and-1. Gabardin coming in shooting just over 50% from the line for Hunter here in his freshman season from Iona Prep for the Hawks, and he drains them both. And the Hawks have a 7-point lead once again, 36-29. Baum. Now it's Murphy with the basketball. Murphy well out beyond the three-point line. Now will hand the ball off to Chatino. Chatino's floater in the lane is no good, but he grabs his own rebound. His putback is no good once again as the Dolphins continue to struggle from the field, but Murphy grabs the rebound, and their third attempt is good. 13 points now for Murphy. Hunter's lead is 5 once again. Fusco with the basketball. Now it's Franks. Franks working the ball back out to Fusco. Fusco's long three-pointer is up no good. 3 Dolphins go up for the rebound, but instead it's going to be a foul called on Hunter College. So Kolsonak picks up the personal for Kolsonak. That's going to be his first. Hunter in the double bonus. Christian Taylor will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Dolphins, and Christian hits the first for CSI. One more upcoming here for the Dolphins as Taylor's second is up and in, and the Dolphins on a little bit of a 4-0 run on their own to cut the lead down to 3, 36-33, 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. Taylor driving down the lane. His layup is up no good, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds, and it will be Hunter College basketball. It's that time Taylor had an opportunity to drive the ball down the lane. as now it's going to be Fusco to bring the ball up the floor. Just over a minute and 34 seconds remaining here in the first half. Franks working the ball over to Lukac. His long three-pointer is no good, and Chatino goes up high for the rebound for the Dolphins. Chatino's jumper from the free throw line extended is no good, but Baum able to go up for the rebound, but he can't hold on to it. It'll be knocked out of bounds. So the Dolphins had a couple of opportunities after making this a one-possession game, but they come up empty, so it'll now be Hawk basketball, 36-33, 1 minute, 7 seconds remaining here in the first half. Lukac with the basketball. Now it's going to be Franks. Franks driving down the lane, gets away with the travel and lays it up and in. 38-33 now as it's Baum. Baum laying it inside to Murphy, who's able to lay it up and in. Kevon Murphy now with 15 of the 35 Dolphin points as they make it a three-point game with less than 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. About a 16-second differential on the shot clock now as it's Kolasak getting the ball up over to DeMarco. DeMarco now to Franks. Franks looking to work the ball inside. Lukac's jumper is no good, but he's able to tip the rebound up and in as the shot clock is off, and Hunter has a 5-point lead. Taylor with the basket. Hunter fortunate not to be called for a dive on that one is. DeMarco went flying on the play. As Chatino, though, drives it down the lane and lays it up and in, and that's going to do it. We're at halftime, and we're going to have a whistle on the play. We might have a delay of game warning here on the Dolphins and a little bit of time put back on the clock. So let's see what the officials decide here. It's 40-37. But I think regardless of the decision, I don't see anything beyond the delay of game warning and, maybe a couple of tenths of a second on the clock. So there will be a delay of game warning on the Dolphins, and Hunter with 3 seconds. Boy, I don't see how there could possibly be anywhere near 3 seconds remaining on the clock. So let's see. Actually, it's going to be 0.3 of a second, and that's that looks like more like it. So we're at halftime here. The College of Staten Island trailing, I should say, by a score of 40-37. It's been all Hunter College here in the first half as the Dolphins have trailed by as many as 7. They've only had one lead in this game, and that was at 4-2. So what we're going to do, Mishak, is let's step aside. Let's just take a break for a minute or two, and then we expect to be joined by head women's basketball coach Tim Shanahan as he will join us here to discuss his first place CSI Lady Dolphins. We're at halftime, 40-37. Hunter College leads by 3. You're watching men's basketball coverage right here on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash.
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
What could be treasure?
How's my most advanced android? This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund breeding.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
is love.
This is why you took the second job. Why you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. Why you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
We're back here at halftime as the College of Staten Island trailing in this game by a score of 40-37. It's been a game that Hunter College has really controlled almost from the outset, as they've come out and played very well here this afternoon and go into halftime with a 3-point lead. But right now we're very pleased to be joined by the head coach of the first place women's CSI basketball coach, Timmy Shanahan. Timmy, welcome back to CSI Sportsnet.
Thanks for having me, Mike, as always.
And Coach, the College of Staten Island has been playing red-hot basketball. Your ladies have won 10 in a row, and you've really been flying high, but you just can't seem to shake Brooklyn College or Lehman College, as they're still right on your backs.
Oh, they're both very good teams, and even a few other coaches have called me to say, you know, what a great year you're having, but oh my God, the end of your schedule is a killer. And it is. I knew it was going to be this way. To say I'm surprised, I'm not surprised. I'm proud of my girls. We had three big girls who could have played for us this year who didn't. And we got kind of thrown behind the 8 ball to start. But listen, there's worse things in life, as I tell my kids every day. This isn't it. This is basketball. But to say I'm proud of them is an understatement. They play tough, and they actually listen to what I say most times.
You know, Coach, the team has 3 games remaining. First, a tough game here this afternoon against Hunter College, and then the team will finish on the road against Brooklyn College on Tuesday before wrapping up the regular season at home Friday night against Lehman College. And, you know, when you talk about the CSI Dolphins this year, you know, what can you say about Christina Passatoro averaging 22.5 points a game, one of the leading scorers in the country, and she also throws in almost 7 rebounds a game, Coach, as well as leading the team in assists.
Yeah, no, well, if anybody knows what goes on between Christina and I, they die, because I got probably a kid who's legitimate All-America, or could be. And what I tell her and say to her during a game, and it's not about offense, it's about her defense normally, because I'm probably her first coach in her life who's telling her she's got to play defense a certain way and be a certain way, but she handles it. One of the most unique characteristics of Christina is she's one of the most self-depreciating kids you've ever met in your life. The statistics don't mean anything to her. And if they do, she keeps it so well hidden, it's unbelievable. And I basically tell her, not many kids you got to tell to shoot. And I know sometimes you hear me during a game telling her to look to the basket, because she is that unselfish, and sometimes will think she's shooting too much. And I say, listen, pretty much you're a paid assassin. And I said, and have a shooter's mentality. You miss, you miss. And when she does miss, it's not like the other night against Medgar. She was very upset that, you know, I gave them the day off because we played 3 games in 4 days, which was a lot on them, as much mentally as it is physically. And she was upset at practice on Thursday because I warned her on Wednesday and I had to call her twice to tell her not to go near a gym and shoot. I said, rest your legs. And she goes, but Coach, I was so off. I said, you were off because of your legs. Your shots were on the rim. I said, you were physically exhausted. But she's a unique athlete. She's a unique child also, because I always tell her mom and dad, whatever you did right, because she is one of the most respectful, caring young women I've ever been around, and I've had been fortunate enough to coach.
And you know, Coach, at the end of your last game against Medgar Evers, Samantha Flecker went down. She got a little bit shaken up at that play at the end of the game, but you know, she's really come on like gangbusters now, Coach, averaging over 15 points a game and leading the team in rebounds as well. She's really such a force for CSI.
Sammy is probably our most complete player, because she plays both ends of the floor. She's phenomenal. She's got from growing up, Mike, Stretch Armstrong. Remember we used to have Stretch Armstrong with the arms. She's long, and she uses every inch of her arms and her legs. And she's just such a key part to this team. It's incredible. But I am worried about her, to be honest with you, because she did have severe back spasms. She's been out of practice the last 2 days. I actually have to check with the trainer after the game, after this, to see what I can do and what I can't do. I have Lena Batar, who's my girl from California, who's been the surprise of surprises and came back. She has a hip flexor. She's out today. So there I got Jackie Callie back, but yet I lose another one. So, and having Callie back is a tremendous thing. But the next 3 games are going to be interesting for us, to say the least.
Yeah, and, for the Dolphins, your third leading scorer, Angelique Price, especially if Flecker is a little shaken up, you'll be looking for big things out of her against a very tough Hunter College team here this afternoon,
They
Coach.
play us tough no matter where, whether we're there, whether we're here. John Garrett does a wonderful job with them. Yeah, they're a young team, but, every time I coach against him, and like most CUNY, it's a chess match. And his kids play for him, and that's the one thing. And, Mike, you never know. I'm telling my girls the last 2 days, and we've had to have like real low-key practices because of our injuries and things. And I told them, girls, whatever you think, don't think. Just go out and play because you have a target on your head. And I said, these teams, their whole seasons are made, but they beat you. And that's all they need. I said, you're the ones who've got to come out and play to a certain level, and everybody play. Was even kidding me before the game. All play. And trust me, they can play. I've seen enough of them on tape. I saw them in person. To say they're going to be formidable, he had told me when I played them back in, I think, December. He goes, Timmy, I'm adding 4 kids. I go, great. I said, you're telling me this now? Why couldn't you surprise Eric? He's, a unique.
Gabardine with the basketball. Gabardine, Lukac on the outside, feeding the ball into Franks. Franks with the reverse layup. That's no good. Stevens able to grab the rebound and lay it up and in. Shatino working his way all the way down the lane, and his teardrop jumper is good. Shatino gives the Dolphins a 4-point lead now as he has 19 for the Dolphins. Stevens back up to Franks. Franks' long three-pointer is good. A couple of big three-pointers by Franks here in the second half have cut Hunter College right on the Dolphins' tail as they trail by 1 now, 54-53. Shatino, he puts up the long three-pointer. That's going to bounce up over the backboard. No good. So it'll be Hawk basketball, 12 minutes and 56 seconds remaining here in this second half. Dolphins lead 54-53. Jade Spencer will check into the game for the Dolphins along with Brocic. Kevon Murphy will check out for the Dolphins. So now it'll be Taylor Baum, Brocic, Shatino, and Bryant on the floor for the Dolphins as Franks gets the ball at the free throw line extended. He feeds it inside to Stevens, and his short jumper is good. So Franks and Stevens have heated up here for the Hawks in the second half, and they've regained Hunter the lead by a score of 54-55 as it's now Hunter College going on a run of their own. They've scored the last 5 and 9 out of the last 11 to regain a 1-point lead. Taylor's floater in the lane. That's no good. Ball tipped around, and Franks grabs the rebound for the Hawks. DeMarco. Now Stevens. He's feeling it as that jumper goes in and out. But DeMarco able to grab the rebound and feed it inside. And now it's Lukac laying it up and in as Hunter College continues on their run to regain a 3-point lead. Shatino drew a lot of contact, nothing called, and now it'll be DeMarco coming away with the rebound for the Hawks. DeMarco, now Lukac back out over to DeMarco as he hands the ball off over to Franks. Franks driving his way inside, his short jumper is up, no good, and this time Spencer controls the rebound and hands off to Shatino. Shatino's jumper in the lane, that's no good. And here comes Hunter looking to run, 2-on-2. Fusco's able to bank it up and in, and that's going to give Hunter College a 5-0 A 5-point lead in this game as the Dolphins were able to up their lead up to as many as 11, but Hunter now on a 13-2 run to take a 59-54 lead. It'll be a 30-second timeout called by the Dolphins, so we're going to keep it right here. The Dolphins on a Frankie Schettino jumper opened up the lead to a 52-46 lead with 14 minutes and 58 seconds remaining, but the Dolphins have just scored 1 point in the last 3.5 minutes, while Hunter College has gone on a 13-point run to a 13-2 run, I should say, to turn around this game and give Hunter College a 5-point lead, 59-54. It's been a game that Hunter College has controlled most of the way here. Dolphins were able to come out on a 8-0 run here in between the first and second halves and a 12-3 run overall. But since then, Hunter College has regained their momentum and gone back into the lead by a score of 59-54. Bracic, Schettino, Spencer in the corner to Bracic. He puts up the three-pointer, and for the first time this afternoon, Eden hits a three-point shot. He's 1 of 4 from the three-point line. He has 5, and that cuts the Hawk lead down to 2, 59-57. Franks with the basketball. Frank's pass is going to be knocked away by Spencer, but Frank's able to retrieve with 14 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Fusco with 8 on the shot clock. Fusco pulling up. His long three-pointer is good. Hunter starting to heat up from the field. They're now 3 of 4 from the three-point line here in the second half. And they regain a 5-point lead as Bracic's three-pointer is no good. But Taylor's there to grab the rebound and lay it up and in for the Dolphins. Taylor now has 8, and the Hawk lead is down to 3, 62-59, midway through this second half. Franks out by the three-point line, now feeds it up over to Spencer. Now Gabbardin feeding the ball up over to Fusco. Fusco able to drive inside and lay it up and in. 5 points in a row for Fusco. He's got 14 as it's a 5-point Hawk lead once again. Feed inside to Spencer. This time Jade's able to lay it up and in for the Dolphins and cut the Hawk lead down to 3 once again, 64-61. Fusco with the basketball. Now it's Lukac. Now Franks at the three-point line. Franks handing the ball up to Fusco. Fusco feeling it, but this time his jumper is short. Spencer grabs the rebound and gets it over to Schettino. Schettino trying to drive his way through 3 players. Instead, he'll turn the ball over, and the Dolphins will commit the foul. So Spencer will pick up the foul. That'll be his second, and this time the Dolphins in a little bit of foul trouble in the second half as they pick up their 5th foul. Hunter will make a substitution here on the play, and they will inbound with 9 minutes, 9 seconds remaining here in the second half. They lead by 3, 64-61. Dolphins playing for the first time since having clinched the CUNYAC regular season championship on Tuesday night against Medgar Evers College. Schettino, another wild pass. Dolphins very fortunate on the play as Franks gets called with the foul. And we're going to have a timeout taken by the Dolphins as Coach Petosa not liking some things he's seeing out on the floor. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside and take a break here. 8 minutes and 52 seconds remaining here in this second half. The Dolphins lead, trail by a score 64-61. You're watching men's basketball coverage on CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, hands-on, and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. Got this. Is that Brand? love extracurricular activities. Chess really isn't my thing. Isn't it? Good. Picking a college, man. You and us go together like tacos and Tuesday.
We're back here. 8 minutes, 52 seconds remaining here in the second half. It's been a back and forth second half. The Dolphins had been able to get up by as many as 6, but the Hawks went on a 13-2 run to regain the lead, and now the Dolphins have the basketball, trailing by 3. Brocic with an opportunity to tie, but his three-pointer is up, no good. Baumer's there to grab the rebound. His putback is no good, but he will draw the foul as Dolphins getting 3 opportunities at the basket. Brocic with a three-pointer to tie the game. It was no good, but Chatino grabbed the first rebound. That's going to be his 11th of the game, by the way. Both Chatino and Murphy with 19 points, 11 rebounds. They both have a double-double. As Khalid Baum goes to the free throw line, he hits his first free throw of the night to bring the Dolphins back to within 2. Baum's second free throw is up and in, and the Dolphins have cut the Hunter lead down to 1, 64-63, 8 minutes and 35 seconds remaining here in the second half. Seiko with the basketball, as we're going to have a whistle and a foul called. I believe it'll be on Spencer for running over the pick. It will be. That will be the 16th foul on the Dolphins, so they'll be over the limit with their next team foul, as Spencer picks up his third, and the Hawks will inbound the basketball. Gabardin over to DeMarco. Now it's Stevens. Stevens feeds it inside to Gabardin, but he loses the handle, and Chatino comes away with the ball for the Dolphins. Chatino feeding it inside to Taylor, who misses the layup but draws the foul. So Chatino with a nice look-away pass to Taylor, who went strong to the basket. Stevens committed his third personal. Taylor drew the foul, and he will go to the free throw line with an opportunity to tie and regain the Dolphins the lead. As Christian hits the first, he'll have one more for the Dolphins. Mentioned earlier, Christian coming in shooting 60% from the line. He splits the pair, and we're tied at 64 with 8 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here in the second half. DeMarco, bounce pass goes inside now to Seiko. Stevens hands the ball off to DeMarco. DeMarco, a nice move to work his way inside. And we're going to have a whistle and a blocking foul called on Chatino. And that will send the freshman to the line, Benny DeMarco, to shoot 2. DeMarco just 10 free throws coming into the game this afternoon. He's 6 of 10 from the line. That's 60%. As he looks to re-give the Hawks the lead. As that first free throw is way off and doesn't hit the rim, he'll have one more upcoming. Javon Murphy will check back into the game. He will replace Jade Spencer. Murphy and Chatino with 38 of the 64 Dolphin points here this afternoon, as DeMarco splits the pair and re-gives Hunter College a 1-point lead inside of 8 minutes remaining here in the second half. Chatino. Pass goes up over to Taylor. Taylor now up over to Brocic. Now back to Taylor. Dolphins work the ball around the perimeter. Chatino nearly loses possession, but the ball comes down in the hands of Brocic. Now back up over to Chatino. Chatino drives his way inside. A wild shot is up and no good. And Chatino scored a couple of baskets in a row, but since then it's been a couple of turnovers and missed shots. And now it's the Hawks with the basketball and a 1-point lead. DeMarco lobbing it out in over to Stevens. Stevens has a couple of players roll by, and now he hands it off over to Ibraj. Now it's Gabardin with 7 on the shot clock. Gabardin against Brocic. His long three-pointer is tipped away. Dolphins control the rebound. Chatino feeds it ahead to Brocic, who lays it up and in. Chatino will pick up his 7th assist of the game. Brocic has 7 points now of 3 of 9 shooting, and the Dolphins regain a 1-point lead, 66-65. Stevens with the basketball. Bounces the ball inside to Gabardin. Gabardin tries to fight his way inside. He's triple teamed. Shot is blocked partially, and now it's Chatino. Chatino behind the back pass. He turns the ball over once again. as the Dolphins not doing a good job taking care of the basketball, and Gabardine able to turn it around and lay it up and in. So 4-point swing in the game gives Hunter a 67-66 lead. Baum pulling up in the lane. His shot is up, no good. The league 3 of 10 from the field, and the Hawks grab the rebound with a 1-point lead and 6 minutes and 7 seconds remaining here in the second half. DeMarco putting the ball on the floor. Shako, Gabardine working it around to Ibraj as they work the ball inside, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul called on the Dolphins. That foul is going to be on Baum. That'll be his second. The Dolphins are over the limit. And Saku will go to the free throw line here to shoot 2 for Hunter College. As his first free throw is up and in. He came in shooting just 48% from the line here this afternoon. But he hits the first, and he gives Hunter a 2-point lead inside of 6 minutes remaining here in the second half. His second free throw is up and in, so 2 big free throws for Seiko. As Hunter will substitute off the made free throw, and the Dolphins trail by 3 now, 69-66. Taylor bringing the ball across the midcourt line. Now it's Chatino. Now Murphy. Murphy's running one-hander in the lane is up and no good. Dolphins now 12 of 26 from the field here in the second half. Just 1 of 9 from the three-point line here this afternoon. Gabardine. Bounce pass to Franks. Franks gets the ball up over to Fusco. And now it's Lukac with the basketball. Oh, boy, that's going to be a whistle and a foul called. Boy, oh, boy. That certainly looked like a travel from over here, but instead we're going to have a whistle and another foul called on the Dolphins. As that will be a foul on Taylor. That will be his first. And Fusco will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. He's an 82% free throw shooter for the Hawks. First free throw is up and in. Hunter College now 12 of 15 from the line here this afternoon, including 7 of 9 in the second half. Second free throw is up and in, and Hunter's able to open their lead back up to 5 now, 71-66. 5 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here in the second half. Chatino with the basketball. Ball fed inside, and the layup is up and in, and Baum able to draw the foul on the play. So the foul is going to be called on Stevens. That will be his fourth, the team's 7th. Baum will go to the line. He's got 10 points, including 2 of 2 from the line here for the Dolphins, as his free throw is up and in. And the Dolphins have cut the Hawk lead down to 2, 71-69, 5:05 remaining here in the second half. Franks over to Lukac. Lukac now working the ball out over to Fusco. Fusco trying to angle his way now is Lukac. He's been a little quiet here in the second half. He has 15, as now it's Fusco. Fusco putting up the long three-pointer. That's no good. Racic grabs the rebound, and here's Chatino as he's going to be fouled, looking to drive his way to the basket. And that's going to be a 1-on-1 foul. As Chatino, who's already 5 of 5 from the line, will go to the line. Big 1-on-1 here for the Dolphins, who trail by 2, 71-69. His first free throw is up and in. Chatino now with 20. The first play of the 20 here this afternoon. And he'll look to tie the game up here as Hunter makes a couple of substitutions. And Chatino's second is up and in, so the Dolphins have scored the last 5 to tie this game up at 71 apiece. DeMarco bringing the ball across the midcourt line. Now working it up over to Sacco. Now back to DeMarco. Now it's Franks looking to work against Murphy. Frank driving his way inside, and this time Franks gets called for the travel. Only the 4th turnover for Hunter College here in the second half. And the Dolphins have the basketball now, tied at 71. Taylor gets the ball across the midcourt line. Now he'll feed the ball back up over to Bracic, and now it'll be Schettino with the basketball. Bracic, an open three-pointer from the corner is good. Bracic hits his second three-point basket in a row, and that gives the Dolphins a 3-point lead inside of 4 minutes remaining here in the second half. 8-0 run for the Dolphins. A long three-pointer by Lukac, and he draws the foul. Boy, oh boy, that's a tough call on the play, as Khalid Baum called for a 3-shot foul on a shot that was 25 feet from the basket. Instead, Lukac gets an opportunity here to go to the free throw line now to shoot 3 free throws. Tough foul call on the Dolphins as that first free throw is off the backboard and no good. 2 more free throws upcoming here now. Lukac's second free throw is up and in, and that cuts the Dolphin lead down to 2, 74-72. We mentioned earlier the last 2 times these teams met here at the CSI Sports and Recreation Center was Hunter College coming away with an 82-81 win on a last-second jumper. And it looks like we're going to go right down to the wire once again as Lukac misses 2 or 3, and the Dolphins have the basketball and a 2-point lead. Schettino, Hunter trying to double-team the ball. Now they work it over to Bracic. Bracic thought about the three-point. He feeds it back to Schettino. His wild one-hander in the lane is up no good, and Sanko controls the rebound, and it'll be Hawk basketball. Gabardin getting the ball up over to Lukac. Lukac now over to Gabardin. Gabardin trying to drive his way inside. Bracic forcing him backwards. Now it's Franks looking like he's gotten away with another travel. And a big rebound by Murphy among 3 Hawk players. Taylor with the basketball now. Dolphins with a 2-point lead as we're inside of 3 minutes remaining here in the second half. Baum, a beautiful feed inside. That time to Murphy. His first shot is blocked, but he stays with it and lays it up and in. Murphy now with 21 points on 9 of 15 shooting, and the Dolphins have a 4-point lead with 2:40 remaining. Open 3-point look, that time by Franks is no good, and Bracic goes up high for the rebound, and now the Dolphins will slow the offense down a little bit as they have a 3-point lead now, 76-72, as they're in the middle of a 10-1 run. Bracic with the basketball now for the Dolphins. Now it's Schettino. Schettino over to Taylor. His open three-pointer is up, no good, but a big rebound grab by Bracic, and that will give the Dolphins a fresh 30-second shot clock. Schettino with the basketball. Schettino now backing the ball out with 19 seconds remaining on the shot clock as we now have 1 minute, 55 seconds remaining here in the second half. Now it's Baum. Baum with some room. His short jumper is up, no good. And going up high for the rebound is Seiko. And in a big opportunity here for Hunter College. Down 2 possessions with 1:40 remaining here in the second half. Seiko with the basketball. Gabardin. Gabardin using his straight to drive his way inside and draw the foul. That foul is going to be on Bracic for Eden. That's his 4th. Team's been in the double bonus. Gabardin will go to the free throw line here to shoot 2 for Hunter College. But first we're going to have a whistle and a full timeout taken on the floor. We'll step aside, take a break. 1 minute, 33 seconds remaining here in the second half. Dolphins lead 76-72. You're watching doubleheader basketball coverage right here on your voice of CSI Sports, CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com. It's been a game of runs here in this second half. The Dolphins lead now by a score of 76-72 as they're in the middle of a 10-1 run to swing around a 5-point deficit to a 4-point lead. Time getting late now with just a minute and 33 seconds remaining here in the second half, as it'll be Gabatin to go to the free throw line with an opportunity for 2 free throws and an opportunity to cut this Dolphin lead down to 2 points, as Gabatin's first free throw is up and in. He's 3 of 3 from the line here this afternoon for Hunter College. He's got 12 points, and the freshman has one more upcoming. His second is up and in. Nice job by Gabatin, cool as ice, hitting both free throws and cutting the Dolphin lead down to a single possession, 76-74, as the Dolphins get the ball across the midcourt line now and have 20 seconds on the shot clock as they hand the ball off to Schettino. Baum working his way to the rim. His shot is up, no good, and we're going to have a whistle, as that time going over the back of Kevon Murphy. On the play will be Lukac, as he's going to pick up his second, the 9th team foul, and that's going to send Kevon Murphy to the line. And I think it's going to be a 1-and-1. No, it looks like it's going to be a 2-shot foul. No, it's going to be a 1-and-1. Big free throw coming up here for Murphy as Kevon calmly drains the first. He's 2 of 4 from the line here this afternoon. He has 22. That gives the Dolphins a 3-point lead and a big opportunity for Kevon to make this a 2-possession game. And he does, as he makes it a 78-74 game. So first Gabatin hits 2 free throws for the Hawks, calm as ice, and then Murphy comes right back for the Dolphins, giving them a 4-point lead once again, now with just a minute, 10 seconds remaining here in the second half. Big possession here for the Hawks. Franks looking to work his way outside against Spencer. Franks cooking it back to Lukac. He had the open 3-pointer. It was no good, but there to lay it up and in is Stevens. So Lukac had a good look at a 3-pointer. He could not make it, but Stevens was there inside to grab his 7th rebound and lay it up and in. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep it right here with just 54.7 seconds remaining. And Hunter College doing a nice job, able to get a second chance opportunity there to get the basket by Stevens. He now has 14 points on 6 of 8 shooting here for Hunter College, as Hunter has shot 45% in this game compared to 41% for the Dolphins, and the Dolphins just 2 of 11 from the 3-point line, but both of those made 3-pointers by Eden Brocic here in the second half. Hunter College 6 of 19 overall from the 3-point line, including 3 of 9 here in the second half, as the Dolphins inbound now with a 2-point lead, as Hunter looks to trap in the backcourt, and the Dolphins get the ball across the midcourt line, and very fortunate to maintain possession on the play is the Dolphins. 46.2 seconds remaining here in the second half, 22 seconds on the shot clock, about a 24-second differential, as the Dolphins need to get the ball in bounds and need a good possession here, as it's still a 1-possession game. Baum with the basketball. Baum driving his way inside. His layup is up and in, and he draws the foul. Big move that time by Khalid Baum. He caught the ball at the free throw line, and you could see he was going to try to take the ball right to the basket. So Baum with a big basket here for the Dolphins to lay it up and in, give the Dolphins a 4-point lead with just 37.3 seconds remaining, and an opportunity to open the Dolphin lead up to 5 as he's able to do so. So Spencer will come in for the Dolphins. Just 37.3 seconds remaining in this game. Dolphins with a 5-point lead, as it's Gabatin now with the basketball. Gabatin bounce pass goes inside to Franks. Franks able to lay the ball up and in, and Frank's able to get a lot of space on the play, lay it up and in, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul called in the backcourt. And that will send Schettino to the free throw line here for the Dolphins. So Schettino will go to the free throw line here, shooting 2 for the Dolphins. Frankie's 7 of 7 from the line. He has 21 points, and he misses the first, and he needs the second one here, or Hunter College will remain within one possession. Schettino's first miss of the night. The Dolphins 10 of 11 here in the second half from the line. But Schettino hits the second, so the Dolphins hitting their free throws here in the second half. It's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Dolphins. 18.5 seconds remaining. The Dolphins leading by a score of 82-78. It's been a very good back and forth second half here as the Dolphins able to go on an 8-0 run between the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half to give themselves a 43-40 lead as they were able to secure their first lead since they led 4-2 early in the first half. But Hunter College went on their own run in the middle of the second half, a 13-2 run that gave them a 5-point lead at 59-54 with just over 11 minutes remaining in the game. But the Dolphins were able to turn around a 5-point Hunter College lead into a 3-point lead as the Dolphins went on an 8-0 run to take a 74-71 lead. And here we are inside of 15 seconds remaining. The long three-pointer by Luchak is going to be no good, and that's going to do it probably here with just 9.2 seconds remaining as Hunter College needed a basket desperately on that possession. Instead, Luchak's three-pointer is knocked away. Schettino comes away with the basketball. He draws the foul, and he will go to the line here to shoot 2 for the Dolphins as he's 1 assist away from a triple-double. And he hits the first calmly for the Dolphins. He has 23 points, and Dolphins now lead 83-78 with 9.2 seconds remaining as the Dolphins look to win their 11th in a row and extend their CUNYAC unbeaten streak here to 14 with just 9.2 seconds remaining. Gabardine with the basketball. No need to foul here if you're the Dolphins. They let him drive the lane. And we're going to have a whistle and a timeout taken here by Hunter College with just 4 seconds remaining, and the Dolphins lead by 4, 84-80. So why don't we keep it right here with just 4 seconds remaining in this game. The Dolphins have put themselves in great position here. They should extend their winning streak to 11 consecutive games as they will now go 14-0 in the CUNYAC Conference. They've already wrapped up the regular season championship, and with this win here this afternoon, the Dolphins just continue to roll for this CSI men's basketball team. 2 games remaining. They will play Brooklyn College on the road this Tuesday night. Then they will be at home. The regular season finale here at the Sports and Recreation Center will take place this Friday evening against Lehman College. For the Dolphins, it's just a question at this point whether they will be able to finish the regular season undefeated in CUNYAC play. They've already wrapped up the number 1 seed as they are undefeated, and they lead by a score of 84-80 with just 4 seconds remaining in the game, and the Dolphins inbound the basketball. Schettino, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul with 2.3 seconds remaining, so that will give Schettino an opportunity to go to the free throw line. And with 2.3 seconds remaining, the Dolphins are going to win and continue their undefeated play here in CUNYAC Conference play. 14-0, 11 games in a row. This is a CSI men's basketball team that has not lost a regular season game since the Tournament of Heroes back on December 30th. Now they will have pulled off 11 straight wins as Schettino will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 for the Dolphins. Chatino coming off a quiet night in scoring against Mega Evers, but not quiet here today as he's going to finish the day. He's already got 24 points, 9 assists, 11 rebounds. As Frankie's second free throw is up and in, he'll now have 25 points. And with 2.3 seconds remaining, that's going to do it. That shot will be good if it counts, but it will not, as the College of Staten Island continues their winning ways here, advancing their record to 14-0 in conference play as they are able to defeat Hunter College by a score of 85-80. So the men's basketball team, for the second Saturday in a row, playing the opening game in the opener, as the Dolphins are able to win by a final score of 85-80. So a good job here by the Dolphins this afternoon. Frankie Chatino finishes with 25 points, and Kevon Murphy finishes with 23 points. Both players finishing with doubles here this afternoon, as the Dolphins are able to win by a final score of 85-80. And we're pleased to be joined quickly here by Kevon Murphy. And Kevon, congratulations on your double-double as the College of Staten Island continues their unbeaten streak in CUNYAC play.
Thank you.
You know, Kevon, the team has just 3 games remaining coming into today's game, but you knew you had clinched first place already. What was the mindset of the team coming in today?
Honestly, the mindset was what it was the whole season. Coach said continue playing strong. And we're not playing for the record. We're just playing to be good, and that's exactly what we're doing, playing hard, because nothing is given. We could have a perfect record but still losing the championship, so we're just finishing out strong.
So with 2 games to go, Kevon, 1 on the road against Brooklyn and 1 on the road against Lehman, I guess we could expect more of the same mentality out of this team.
100%.
You know, Kevon, you've been playing so well lately. Another double-double here this afternoon for the Dolphins. And, you know, this team has not lost in 11 straight games.
Like I said, we're just playing hard. We don't have it on offense, so we have to just play hard on defense, and the rest will fall into place. And that's been our motive the whole season.
Thanks for joining us, Kevon. Congratulations once again. That's Kevon Murphy, nice enough to come over and join us here. Kevon finishing with a double-double as the College of Staten Island once again rolls on to victory. They're 11th in a row as they remain undefeated in conference play as they defeat Hunter College by a final score of 85-80. So that's going to wrap things up here for game number 1. What we're going to do is step aside and take a break here for a couple of minutes, and then we'll be back to bring you the pregame show for the women's game as the women will get ready to face Hunter College as they look to maintain their 10-game winning streak and stay in first place in CUNYAC conference play. So for Meshach Alexander, this is Mike Babusky saying so long and thanks for listening. Don't forget to stay right here. We'll be right back to bring you women's basketball coverage. Once again, the final score, College of Staten Island winning by a score of 85-80. Stay tuned, everybody, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so with women's basketball coverage.